can see in this video where one of your guys is out there getting on somebody talking about take off that cross, Christ is crucified on it. Christ was not crucified on an Ankh, which is like an ancient Egyptian symbol for life. That's different than what Christ was crucified on. So I'd like to show you guys this video, and we'll see if IUIC really knows what they're talking about, or if they're just confused.
If you're going to take this garbage out of your neck and throw it in the garbage, I'm going to see you're going to be convicted. Well, you can sell it, that's fine. That's okay if you sell it. But are you going to keep it in your neck while I'm speaking, while the word is speaking? Come on. You're going to take it out of the chain, because there's nothing wrong with the chain. Luis, you're going to take the damn cross out of the chain and put it in your pocket and when
You guys see that? That was an Ankh, right? Look it up. Not a cross. Maybe they're just speaking with imprecise language. I mean, IUIC does tend to do that, speak with imprecise language. But come on, man. If you want to get on homeboy about anything, why not get on him about, that could be identified as a pagan symbol, something like that. But don't tell us Christ is crucified on an Ankh. Come on, man. And you see those other two dudes in the video? They're looking at him like, what's this fool doing? The dude's making him do it right there, man. Do they think they've accomplished something by that? Is the man's going to grow spiritually from this? Have they accomplished something by that? It's so backwards, man. It's so backwards. But let me recommend some books to IUIC. Here's a great book called Crucifixion by Martin Hengel. Ancient New Testament. He was a scholar of Greco-Roman history as well as New Testament history. And it's a great book about the ancient practice of crucifixion, how it functions in the New Testament. That's a great way to kind of actually get some knowledge about it. And you can pick up anything on ancient Egyptology and find out what the Ankh is, and then you can do some basic analysis of eyesight, where you look at things and you'll be able to tell that there's two different shapes there. So, hey, if IUIC is going to go around, telling people to take crosses off their neck, like that's really important, like they're accomplishing something, get your shapes right, man. It's just geometry. Now, let's switch over to this next part in the same embarrassing clip, where the man says that Roman Catholics crucified Christ. I'm going to play it and I'm going to comment on it, but needless to say, that's wrong.
So how the hell that the Roman Catholic murdered Christ, our Savior, your Savior, and that you're going to wear the same way, a cross, that the same way they used to crucify Christ? Guess what? By the way, that was just not Christ that was crucified. Remember, when he was crucified, he had two people next to him. And of course also, that was a way of killing the Israelite back then.
Alright, this is too much. Roman Catholics killed Christ. They used the symbol around the man's neck to do it. So much wrong. There was no such thing as Roman Catholicism in the 30s, around when Christ was crucified. That was a much later development. Again, I said I'm going to recommend some books. Here's another one. Short read, A Christian's Pocket Guide to Papacy. And it's helpful because it kind of gives you the development of the Roman Catholic Church in line with the papacy. And really, you don't see, for example, these bishops of Rome even being called popes until the 4th century. Page 31 talks about it, and there's a lot of good stuff in here. You can learn about Damasus, Siricius, and all these guys, and see that Roman Catholics, and maybe that's where the confusion comes from. They're somehow confusing Rome with Roman Catholicism. Pontius Pilate is kind of the guy who signs Jesus' death warrant, in effect. He was a Roman procurator, right? And if you looked at his religion, though, it would not say Roman Catholic. Right? It might say Caesar worship or something else like that, but it would not say Roman Catholic because that hadn't really been invented yet, is the primary reason. but also because it's hard for me to picture a Roman Catholic being responsible for killing Jesus Christ. There's a few reasons why, but just since we're in this era of confusion where they're confusing Roman pagan government with Roman Catholicism, just so everybody knows, Pontius Pilate did not actually fly planes. For example, just want to clear that up where we're at it. One of the reasons is because planes had also not been invented yet, similar to the Roman Catholic Church. So Pontius Pilate was not a Roman Catholic, and the Roman Catholic Church did not kill Jesus Christ. Now, stop right there. And remember, he specifically said that symbol around your neck is what they used to kill Christ with. Again, that's an Ankh. They look different because they are different.
Guess what? By the way, that was just the Christ that was crucified. Remember, when he was crucified, he had two people next to him. And of course, also, that was a way of killing the Israelite back then.
Check out this ancient graffito where they're making fun of Christians. It's Alax Amanos, I believe, is the Greek, worships his God, and it shows a man with a donkey head in a cave inscription, their arms stretched out on a cross shape. And they were making fun of a Christian, saying, you're worshiping your God, look at him up there. Again, this is available for everybody to see, and you'll see it's a different shape than the Ankh. So the whole project there is misguided, guys. And not only that, but did you hear him say that that was the way they killed Jews, as if it was sort of a specific Jewish kind of killing device? Let's look at that for a second. Crucifixion was not invented by the Romans. It was kind of perfected in all its goriness by the Romans. This is true. But it wasn't reserved for Jews. It was reserved for foreigners. And let me give you an example. For example, Paul, right? He was a Roman citizen, but notice they didn't crucify him. They cut off his head. Whereas Peter, they did crucify him because he wasn't a Roman citizen. That's how Nero killed those two men, and the reason and the difference of how they were executed had to do with one was Roman citizen primarily. Spartacus led a slave rebellion at one point. He was a gladiator. He was crucified along with the people that were in the insurrection. This wasn't a Jewish thing. Alexander the Great, after he conquered a city, is said to crucify maybe hundreds or more of the inhabitants of the town, right? Wasn't a Jewish town, right? So it's not some kind of specific Jewish killing mechanism. So again, IUIC, you gotta learn the difference in these shapes. You gotta learn the difference in your dates. Y'all gotta learn the difference. Otherwise, people are gonna start saying IUIC stands for Imposters United in Confusion.